What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Normally, again, as I said last Tuesday, not yesterday but last Tuesday, the schedule did change, but I was gonna film yesterday. I was feeling a little under the weather. I actually had a mild headache, so I couldn't really film. But yes, I am perfectly okay, at least for now. Hang on a second. Okay. I am perfectly okay, and today's WWE news is actually interesting because in this video I'm going to be talking about the current update on Rey Mysterio's injury, which obviously he had torn his tricep I think it was like, what was that, PayBack or something like that. And then of course I'm going to be talking about the Performance Center undergoing renovations. Wonder what that could be about. And then also the latest on WWE's UK tour and the update on where the 2021 Royal Rumble will be located. So let's talk about the UK tour right now. Apparently it is being scheduled for next year. So shoutouts to Liam Winnard from Wrestle Talk. I believe he did both articles. Did he? Did he do both? Hang on a second. The hell's going on here? Okay, well, I thought I had the article for the 20. I guess not. It must have been taken out. Okay, for some reason that one article that I mentioned, involving what do you call it? Involving the Royal Rumble, apparently it got taken out for some reason. It might come back up. If not, I actually have something else as well. Oh, it's actually right there, right in front of me. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so I think Liam Winnard from Wrestle Talk posted both articles, so big shout outs to him. A new report has emerged that WWE has rescheduled its upcoming October 2020 tour and will now take place in 2021 instead. As per Sportskeeda, the tour was set to begin in Cardiff on October 4th and finish up in London on the 9th. It had already been postponed from April or May this year. Now it will instead run from April 28th next year until May 3rd with the following schedule. So on the 28th, it'll be in Cardiff, Wales. April 29th will be in Sheffield, England. April 30th will be in Newcastle, which I think is also in England. May 1st, Glasgow, Scotland. May 2nd, Birmingham, England. And of course, May 3rd, London, England. So that's going to be pretty awesome. This is, of course, due to the travel restrictions that have been brought on by the pandemic. Restrictions have been changed once again, now in the UK, with only 6 people allowed to gather together. There is still an NXT UK takeover scheduled for Dublin on the 25th, but Triple H believes that too will have to be postponed, although the brand is starting up again this month. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, I believe, let me see about something. I believe it's supposed to be I think it's supposed to be rebooted next week, actually. At the time of this recorded, it's supposed to be next week. Yeah, literally next week. Next week. So tomorrow night, at the time of this being recorded, which is Wednesday the 9th, tomorrow night on September 10th will be the last NXT UK show where they do flashback, where they show off flashbacks or something like that before next week. It's hard to believe that it's been actually a couple months. It's been a few months since we had any actual connection with NXT UK. So at this point, this really doesn't surprise me. Considering the fact that this is usually where it all starts, going into Survivor Series, where this is where literally it all starts, is right here with their UK tour, and they do it every single year. Not only to hype up Survivor Series, but to also hype up, any and all UK superstars, any and all superstars who were born and raised in the UK. This doesn't really surprise me, but I will say this. Given the fact that this will take place literally a month after WrestleMania is incredible. I'm not so sure if this will happen, considering the fact that we're still under a pandemic. I've been checking the chatters. I've been checking the chatter here in the U.S. And let me take a look at something. I think I know that the cases have gone down a little bit. I believe it's. I think it's all been. Hang on. Yeah. So as of now. As of now, there's only been, as of today, especially here in California, and in California, there's been over 3,400 new cases with only 79 deaths. That's actually, don't get me wrong, the deaths is pretty bad, but is sad, but at least we're making progress. So it's pretty cool that we are making progress here. I just can't believe that this is happening. But honestly, though, again, there's really nothing too crazy. Obviously, you guys can always check your local news, whether it's KTLA, Fox, whatever news you watch. You guys can always check it out. They'll always post something with the pandemic. But honestly, though, I've heard rumors that I have spoke about this before, where WWE is supposed to have live events, with paying fans and whatnot, sometime in November. And if that is the case, that'll be incredible, because we could actually get WrestleMania. That would be huge. That would be huge. I honestly don't know what the future holds for WWE. But again, I've said it before. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Your boy's trying to get in. Your boy is trying to get in. So WWE, I know you guys watch these videos, or one of you anyway. DMs are open. My Instagram, my Twitter DMs are on. Hit me up. Let's get the conversation going. In fact, you know what? If you guys want, I know that there are a couple people out there, that there's a few people here and there who watch my videos who would love to see me in WWE. If you guys want to see me in WWE, be sure to tag me in your Twitter posts. Tag me, tag WWE, let them know. Let the world know your boy wants to be in, and who knows, maybe they might listen. You never know. But honestly, though, again, This really doesn't surprise me. However, though, if NXT UK Takeover Dublin does get postponed, then odds are we may not. Then odds are next Thursday we may see the match between Ilya Dragunov and also excuse me, and also against Ilya Dragunov and against Walter for the NXT UK title on NXT next week. We may see that. But I've heard rumors that Jordan Devlin, since he is the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, he could potentially call out Santos Escobar, because he is the interim cruiserweight champion because of the restrictions, they may duke it out. But honestly, you never know what can happen with WWE. This really doesn't surprise me, but I really can't wait to see what they do with the 2021 UK tour. Alright, you guys, and I was right. Liam Winter did post this one. Royal Rumble 2021 location. An update has been provided regarding the location for the 2021 Royal Rumble, which is of course set to take place in January. WWE has found a new home in the Thunderdome at the Amway Center in Orlando, but the contract runs out at the end of October. Of course, the pandemic will determine what happens thereafter. WrestleBuzz has tweeted that WWE does have a city in mind for the Royal Rumble, and is hoping to have crowds back, but will be keeping an eye on how other sports handle things. The tweet was as follows, quote, Ask what the Royal Rumble location plans are, learned that WWE has a city in mind, and are looking to get back to live crowds prior to that. However, they are keeping an eye on what the NBA and the NHL do for next season regarding fans and capacity levels. I know that I shouldn't bring up this AEW because because I'm trying to get into WWE, obviously. But it says here AEW has already started opening up for fans at 15% capacity of Daly's Place, which is an outdoor arena. WWE is sticking with video screen fans for the time being in the Thunderdome. So I have seen photos on Facebook of that taking place. Of AEW having fans come in at only 15% capacity. That's actually a good start for them, but it's not going to really change anything considering the fact that we're still under a pandemic, and obviously AEW knows that. AEW knows that we're still under a pandemic, yet they have fans coming in at 15% capacity. Actually, Daly's Place, where is that located? Let me look up Daly's Place. Let me take a look at that really quickly. Daly's Place. Here we are. So Daly's Place is located in Jacksonville. So downtown Jacksonville. Really? I did not know that. That's kind of cool. It's like some sort of like it's a place for like concerts and whatnot. That's pretty awesome. But I'm surprised that they're doing it. That they're having it for AEW. That is so weird. It's weird, but that's actually kind of cool. I like that. Alright, so so apparently it's being taken place in Jacksonville, Florida. Honestly though, I also can't wait to have fans come in at some point. We may get that in November, so who knows, but I'm seriously like excited for it. This is going to be pretty incredible. Honestly, this is pretty cool. I honestly can't wait to see what WWE does once everything starts to light up. However, given the fact that they are going to be inside the Amway Center for the rest of this month. And, for this month and next month, which is October, I honestly can't wait to see what they do. I'm actually also looking forward to Survivor Series as well, given the fact that we're still given the fact that given the fact that Survivor Series is going to be hell on earth. Considering the fact that again we're under a pandemic, and they're gonna have literally if they do decide to do Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT like they did last year, there's gonna be cases for days if this happens. So I'm actually very curious about that. I'm very curious, but it's gonna be pretty cool. All right, you guys. Now the Performance Center is now undergoing renovations. So shoutouts to Andy Murray from What Culture Now. WWE's developmental wrestlers are not currently training at the Performance Center, as had been previously reported, but an alternative facility across the road. Okay, like, can I get off? Get off, you stupid ads. Thank you. Swear. This is according to a new report from Fightful Select. There have been talk that the trainees have returned to the Performance Center following WWE's decision to move TV production to the Amway Center on the other side of Orlando, though this isn't the case. Wrestlers are currently working out in a nearby warehouse at the state-of-the-art PC, as the state-of-the-art PC is currently being remodeled and renovated, with WWE also holding their in-house rehearsal-style wrestling shows there as well. There is currently no word on how long exactly the Performance Center will be out of commission for. Don't think that the change in scenery is causing moral problems, though a source close to the situation stated that they had no issues with the training in a different facility since moving there. WWE had used their Performance Center for much of their TV production prior to the Amway Center move. Raw and SmackDown moved away from it in favor of the Thunderdome in August, while NXT is currently being taped at Full Sail. So let's talk about that for a quick second, because obviously you guys know, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Roman Reigns, Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Bayley I mentioned, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens. They started their careers in WWE at the Performance. Drew, not Drew, because he started his career in WWE years ago, but he did come back and started training at the Performance Center under Triple H and Shawn Michaels and Matt Bloom and Regal and a lot of the veterans and whatnot. But they've been doing the PC shows since March. With Raw, SmackDown, and 205 Live, and the pay-per-views with WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, Backlash, and the Horror Show. And actually, 4 pay-per-views. They did 4 pay-per-views at the Performance Center in Orlando, and they couldn't do it anywhere else. They couldn't do it anywhere else. There were rumors. There were rumors that they were going to do it inside the Amway Center on the other side of Orlando, but they never got the chance to. They never got the chance to, but it was all because of the pandemic. They couldn't risk it. So that's why they did WrestleMania in 2 separate nights instead of doing WrestleMania on Sunday and then TakeOver Tampa on Saturday. And it's weird. It's weird that I talk about this, because I got so used to the shows at the Performance Center that I'm now starting to get used to the shows inside the Thunderdome at the Amway Center in Orlando. So honestly, this is pretty cool. I can't wait to see what they do with the new renovations. As far as I know, they may end up expanding it just a little bit and adding in more reigns. So that way when everything is back to normal, we can WWE can sign new superstars, brand new NXT referees, and get the referees that are on NXT, keep them on Raw and SmackDown, and then again have new ones go into NXT and also NXT UK, because I've heard rumors that the Performance Center in London is also being renovated as well, to my knowledge. I don't know much about that, but that's what I've heard. Honestly, though, this is going to be pretty cool. It's another great way for WWE to give their brand, if you will, a bit of a facelift, if you will. So that's pretty cool. And of course, the update on Rey Mysterio. If I can find you, here you are. So obviously he was injured at PayBack. So obviously Rey Mysterio was injured at PayBack. Where he had torn his tricep at PayBack, and again, Andy Murray, shout outs to you from What Culture. Rey Mysterio should be back in a WWE ring by Hell in a Cell on November 1st. Wait, really? Really, November 1st? That's interesting. That is interesting. This is according to a new report from Dave Meltzer on the latest episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, who stated that this is when the promotion expects he'll have recovered. It was reported last week that Mysterio has suffered a legitimate tricep injury while teaming with his son Dominic to face, Seth Rollins and Murphy at PayBack. Yeah, so I was right. It was at PayBack. WWE noted the issue on the following night's episode of Raw, with Meltzer's follow-up report confirming that the Lucha legend was actually hurt and that the injury wasn't a work. This was followed by news that Rey wouldn't require surgery, thus saving him a potential 4 to 6 month recovery period. Yeah. So just stopping right there. Obviously, with injuries, depending on what they are, they can range somewhere between 4, 5, 6. It can even last up to 5 years. Like, obviously, if you guys remember, with Shawn Michaels' back injury at WrestleMania in 1998, he was out for 4 years. And then, of course, Edge, with his neck injury, 2002, 3, 4, he was out for about almost 3 years. He was out for almost 3 years. And then, obviously, too, there have been quite a few superstars who were out with injuries that lasted 5 to 6 years. There's been a few. So this is excellent news that Mysterio won't need surgery. That is excellent. And then, of course, going on here, per Mysterio's Instagram, the 45-year-old underwent platelet-rich plasma treatment here in California over the weekend. Rey was on this week's episode of Raw despite his injuries, supporting Dominic in the ongoing feud with Murphy, whom the younger Mysterio defeated in a street fight. Yeah, literally he quit. Murphy quit, if you guys didn't know. The entire family then came together to demolish Rollins' former disciple with kendo sticks as the show came to a close. Yeah, so obviously if you guys did not watch that episode of Raw from this past Monday, it was hella good. Rey, Dom, Angie, and Aaliyah hitting Murphy with kendo sticks, beating his ass down. I loved it. It was incredible. But I will admit, though, this is a great way to get into the mind of Seth Rollins, because now it's one down. Murphy's done. One left. Because if you guys remember, Austin Theory is back in NXT, as we found out last night on NXT Super Tuesday, and of course AOP, as I said, I think it was like last week, they've been released. So honestly, I can't wait to see Rey Mysterio back in action. But we do have his son Dominic until that time comes. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Question of the day: what are your guys' thoughts on next year's UK tour? Let me know in the comments below. And that is going to do it for this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to this channel and you guys love these videos that I produce, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All three of my links, both of my Twitters and my one Instagram, Links are down below. Follow me there. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.